Hey, how you doing? Today I am going to show you the multi-key that I've put together. I have Hyperspin set up on it. I have a bill acceptor that's currently working, as well as the coin doors. I have LED buttons that change color depending on what game I'm in. I can show you a few of the settings, as well as a secondary LCD that shows either the menu of the game that's currently in play. Just bring this over here. So as you can see, it's got spinners, trackball, whatnot. I'm running a Custom Hyperspin on this. So let me show you a few of the setups here. So we get regular MAME. Throw a game on here. So, as you can see, during the game it'll show you what controls are used per each game.
Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers.
Loading complete.
It'll show what game is in play. I have it set up with a horizontal bezel that fills the screen. Every game has got scan lines. And the pause button will announce what buttons do what. So if I were to pause,
Jab punch, strong punch, fierce punch, short kick, strong kick, roundhouse kick.
Basically, if anybody ever has questions on what buttons are what for each game. Now everything works really nicely. Those are categories. So for instance, I'm going to choose a spinner game. Choose something like
Arkanoid.
Loading
Of course,
complete.
that uses one button, so it only lights up one button. So I have it set up for vertical. There's vertical scan lines, as well as a nice menu on the side for every vertical game. And you'll notice the spinner works for that particular game. Anyway. Four-player games. Depending on the game, we'll either light up three of the controls. So since Double Dragon is a three-player game, it'll only light up three of the controls. Or four controls. We should just light off here. So for instance, your
Dungeons and
four-player
Dragons.
games will light up all
Shadow
four.
over Mistborn.
Loading complete.
And again, you can announce any game with the pause button.
Attack. Jump. Select. Magic.
So it shows how 4 players work on these. So we have clones, which are clones of your regular games. Your kids' games are kind of your easier, like Donkey Kong or Galaga or Pac-Man. So for instance, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
Loading complete.
A nice vertical display with sides to it. The HB MAME and Misfit MAME are hacks. Pac-Man has different versions of Pac-Man. And then you get into your specific system makers like Nintendo, Sega. These are all the Sega, all the Nintendo. Namco, SNK. So for instance, SNK has all your King of Fighters, Fatal Furies, Metal Slugs.
Loading game. Loading complete.
And of course, everything's got a really nice bezel to it.
Mission 1, start!
And now your Capcom, Konami, Taito, Tecmo, Midway. Basically everything categorized for those particular systems. Your shmups are going to be all your shooters.
Loading complete.
It fills the screen nicely. So your shooters are basically all your Aero Fighters, Afterburners. Basically anything that's a shooter. Steam versions of shmups, your cave games. Your running guns are like your shooters. Some of these are PC-based games as well. Everything has a nice menu and video to it to show what it is. Open BOR, your Beats of Rage games. These are actually going into system models, like Naomi's a Dreamcast arcade version type. Your CPS 1, 2, and 3 are your Capcom boards. And then you get your PC-based systems, which are my personal favorite. These are mostly all fighting games. So this is all NESICA X stuff. These are all systems that are based in Japan.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
I'm absolutely terrible at these. Anyway, bring it out of here because I'm gonna lose horribly. These are your BlazBlues and a couple of the really nice ones here. And then your Tato Type X are basically your PC-based systems as well as your EX boards. And then you have Neo Geo 64 and your Triforce systems, which are like Nintendo Wii in the arcade. And then Daphne are your Laserdisc emulators that everybody probably knows.
Dragon's Lair.
Loading complete.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight.
Nah, we've all played these before.
Dragon's
And then more Pac-Man systems. And those are the arcades. And we have our game consoles here. Now all your consoles are set up for the controls of the pads here. So for instance, your Super Nintendo is going to glow your green, blue, yellow, and red, as well as the side buttons. So these all work perfectly fine.
Loading
Yeah, if you have it
complete.
set up for 4-player. Right. So those are Super Nintendo. You get your hacked versions of those, your Famicom's the Japanese version, your regular Nintendo. Of course, Nintendo only has 2 red buttons, so I'll glow those too. But we've played these before. Super Game Boy, Wii U. So I'll get back to that in a second. We got GameCube. They all work. I have it set up so the corner buttons are on the left here, as well as the A and B and your bottom button, as well as your side corner buttons are up here. So I'm using 2 controllers for the analog on these.
Loading game.
And of course these need to load the ISO images, so these take a little bit to load up. Now these can be played with controller as well. I have Wii USB controllers, as well as like GameCube controllers and N64 controllers and
Loading
stuff.
complete.
All set up for USB if they need to be plugged in.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
But all the buttons work on these. All based on the control panel of the arcade. X out of that.
Batman says double time. I want to be out of here now.
And then your N64s, same thing. Alright. So this is N64. And I have the controls laid out.
Loading
See how the
complete.
yellow buttons are on the right hand side, the A and B buttons, the blue and the green. The shoulder buttons are over here, and the under button is right here. Now I have it set up so I can use this to turn and move forward.
Jordan, it's good to see you. Come
And
with
I can
me.
strafe with this one right
Walk
here.
around the training rooms.
Either way, you get the idea. And of course we got stuff like Dreamcast. They have all the Dreamcast buttons laid out as well. They all work as well. I'm gonna go through them, but so for Wii, I have a dolphin bar. So it takes a little while to load these ISOs because they're pretty big. and it automatically syncs. It takes a while for these to load again,
Loading complete.
unfortunately, you can't really use the Dolphin controls or the Wii controls on the control panel, so I have to use this instead. So. It's pretty smooth considering. Everything works perfectly fine on the Wii end, but so everything's working good. I can control up to 4 Wii controls with it. Relatively smooth. You get the idea. That's Wii U is uses the same control scheme. So we got Virtual Boy, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, Genesis, the 32X and the Master System, Neo Geo system with all the SNK games, PlayStation. I have PlayStation set up with the controls over here, with the purple, green, blue, and red, as well as the shoulder buttons. So just throw anything on. These load up pretty relatively
Loading
quick.
complete.
You get the idea. PlayStation 2, same thing.
Loading complete.
Didn't know for sure if you can skip videos on this.
Did I win?
I have confirmed that the target has ceased all functions.
So basically,
You are correct. You did.
PlayStation 2 all work. Xbox and Xbox 360 are in the works at the moment. TurboGrafx, PC Engine, Jaguar, the Ataris. All work as well.
Loading complete.
Yeah, you're doing that too. But yeah, the Ataris all work. They've got scan lines set up for them. FM towns, ColecoVision television, and all the older systems, all the way back up to SNES. Now your collection wheels are going to be your wheels that are based over multiple systems. So for instance, Super Mario collections are going to be over anything from the handhelds to arcades to Wii. Anything that had Mario on it is in the collection wheel. Super Mario 64 is on the N64, obviously. Super Mario All-Stars. Sonic Collection, Zelda Collection, Street Fighter Collection. These are all the games that rolled over these systems. Final Fantasy Collection, Dragon Quest, all the Donkey Kongs, Resident Evils, Silent Hills. So we go into one of these, Origin, Shattered Memories, Silent Hill 2, 3, 4, etc. Slugs, Pac-Mans, classics, Need for Speeds, Contras, Rayman's, Star Wars and Star Treks, and Raiden collections. Your handhelds are appropriately your handheld game systems like the 3DS, the DS, the PSP, Game Boys, Neo Geo Pockets, Game Gears, and other stuff, Android games as well. PC-based games. These are PC games that were converted over to, that I've converted over to work on the control system I have set up here. So, good example, Street Fighter V. Called the buttons, set up all the controls for 1 and 2 players. Of course, the second player control is set up as well.
Come to think,
Are you two really going to do this now?
Yep.
Check this out, Liza. Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
But yeah, everything came out really nice.
I'm gonna win the next one. I guess I have no choice. Haven't I seen you before? What? Who's sorry kids?
Nicely goes back to the menu again. So I have that Street Fighter vs. Tekken, Street Fighter 4, BlazBlue, Injustice, all set up for the controls. Mortal Kombat Complete, Mortal Kombat X, and of course they're all set up for the controls. As well as your PC, actual PC gaming. We have some PC games in here. Some nice 4-player ones, Castle Crashers. And these are all set up for the controls as well. Some old school Windows games. And then these require a keyboard if you have a keyboard on this. I have a wireless keyboard so I can actually play some of the old ones. More PC based stuff, Doom stuff, Mugen Fighter. There's all your fighters set up for Mugen. DOS box, all your old school DOS games. And then your old Atari emulated stuff, the Commodore stuff. So if I were to go into like Commodore, this has all your Commodore disc-based games, or for that matter, copy-based games. Amiga stuff, Apple stuff. And there's a lot of systems in here, and all the way back to PC gaming. Pinball. So I have this set up with all my pinball style games. So when I use those, you'll note the
Loading complete.
sides, the two buttons in the side as well as the plunger are set up to glow, which tells you to use those buttons. Pinball tables on here. You can change the view with the pause button. So I want to get the whole back or the whole view. I can back out and get a nice view of it. So I can go get a view down the table. Anyway, and that's set up for all pinballs, Pinball FX, Pinball Arcade, Visual Pinball, Future Pinball. Plenty of tables. Peripherals are specifics, so these are going to be your gun games, your trackball games, spinners. They use peripherals basically. So, for instance, I'll get a trackball game here, and world class bowling, and it'll enable the
Loading
trackball.
complete.
But this is basically all your trackball games like Centipede and Cabal, Golden Tees, all your Golden Tees. There are a ton of them, Marble Madness, anything that works with a trackball. The golf games are going to be a Golden Tee stuff, and if you have a DDR pad, you can pull that out, which I don't have. And these are all your DDR games style. Action Max are your gun style games, and then your laser games, your laser disc games. And these are retro commercials. What else is there? Fruit machines, your slot machines, flash games, jukeboxes, movie players, retro commercials, a search engine, your magazines, and then I believe the last thing is going to be your generations. These are categorizing all your systems based on like generations they came out. So your early like DOS stuff, and then came your Atari 2600s, and VIC 20s and stuff, and then your Atari 7800s, Commodores, MSXs, Nintendo came out, and then TurboGrafx, Genesis, Super Nintendo. Neo Geo came out after that, Jaguar, N64. So these are all based on generations. Last generation being the Wii U. The same thing for the handhelds. But all in all, there should be about 60,000 games. It's got about 10 terabytes worth of games on here. It is a real pain in the butt getting everything to work. But all the controls configured so far. I'm always finding something that needs a control configured for it someplace. Mainly the older systems, the obscure stuff. But yeah, and if anybody has any questions, just send me a message and I'll answer. Bye.